Hello city, hello world, and welcome to another installation of the Gospel Jazz Connection. Wow, we made it to another week, and man, has it been hot. But you know what? It's all good. I even got a suntan. Lets me know that I'm human. Okay? Because I was one of those guys that thought that I couldn't get one of those things. I'm like, I'm not one of them white folks. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So I'm walking around here in the sun like I own the place, and yeah. I'm feeling the repercussion today. But you know what? We got a little Paul Hardcastle in the background. That's smooth jazz. That's Sue's a Savage Beast. And we've got a monster guest in the studio with us today. And so you're into a good one. Those that are listening for the Gospel Jazz Connection for the first time, this is what we do each and every week. We come up with problems, solutions, issues, or just interesting people that you have got to meet. And today is no different. So let's start out for one to let you know I am D-Nice, and this is what we do each and every week on the Gospel Jazz Connection. So let's start it off, because I definitely want to introduce you to the young people that are in play today. So let's take it to one of my hosts that this young lady's been around for a while. And she'll tell you how long a while means in her book. But she's ran major institutions, banking institutions, business institutions. She's a public speaker. She's a life coach. She's a corporate trainer. She's a wife. Just got through with 25 years of an anniversary married to this guy, Wilford Willis. Hey, shout out to Wilford. And I got a chance to cover that. But yeah, that's saying a lot right there in itself. But she's a wife, she's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's a woman of God. But best of all, she's a writer of major books. One of the hot ones is Loving Your First, A Woman's Guide. And that tells you how to love a woman because she loves herself first. And we like that, guys, don't we? All right, so here to join us today, Miss Linda Coleman Willis. Linda, how are you, Linda?
Hey, Dee, I am so excited about this evening's show because a lot of our audiences, they may not know about something called grudge drag racing. And we have in studio today a legendary grudge drag racer, Phenom.
Yeah, he is.
He's in the building.
We're going to put him on the rap right now.
Yes.
So now we're going to go over there to my right, to this young lady who is I keep calling her the baby of the bunch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But she's young. We referred to her the other day. We said she was wet behind the ears. Now, you came up with that. You said,
I wouldn't ever say that.
You know what I'm saying? But this young lady joined us from the beautiful state of back east. And that is a state, back east. It's all a state, right? And she was doing a thing. She graduated as a top fashion icon. And she had her life set in the fashion industry, you know what I'm saying? And so she decided to go from that one there to find her way through and to come out here and pursue her dream. Does somebody go ahead and answer it? Somebody there on it? Is somebody there? Let me see where I can put them. Let's see if they're on. Hello? Is somebody there? Hello, is somebody on the phone?
Yes, this is Phil Brown.
Okay.
Hi there.
Yeah, Phil, hold on for a second and we'll get right back to you, okay?
Okay, we're right around the corner driving to you as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, good. You're right in time to listen to the show and join us, okay? So that's a good thing, okay?
Okay.
So,
See you in just a moment.
okay, appreciate you, man.
Okay, we'll stay on the line though.
Okay, no, great show for you. Okay, so when Vaughn decided that she wanted to come out here and be a part of the West Coast experience because she's also a writer and a performer and a singer and all the things that go with entertainment, an actress. I mean, you know, the whole plethora that only West Coast can give to them. Well, New York is good with that too.
Yeah.
But the West Coast gives you a different flavor on it, a hot flavor. So she decided to come and join us out here. And so this is what she's doing now. And she's got her manager under her rep now. So she's doing the thing. She just got here and she's flowing. So she also hosts a television show that talks about music and music videos and highlights people, which this young guest is going to be on next week too. So, man, you do us a lot.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Von True.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hope your Friday is going amazingly well.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy that sun. It's super bright and hard on us today.
And hot.
Yes.
And put the sunscreen on, right?
Okay.
Okay, tell them, okay. Hey, I'm a living example. That ain't no joke out there, huh?
I don't like the peel.
Oh, hey, I'm going through it now, so don't let me complain about it. But anyway, let me do this right now because we've been waiting breathlessly to come on with this introduction. So let's get back over to Linda. And Linda, why don't you introduce this young man that we're going to be talking to today?
Yeah, we have a young man in the studio who is making history. He is a legendary grudge drag racer Phenom. He's in the building all the way from North Carolina.
North Kakalaki. In the house.
So we have a lot to talk to him about, but let's get right into it. What is grudge racing?
Well, racing is like two cars compete. We have NASCAR, which NASCAR does, a circle track. And then we have grudge racing. Grudge racing is mainly simply like you're not going to go up and run all day long to win a purse. You're going to take two cars, you're going to go out there, you're going to put your money on the line, you're going to say, I'm better than you, you better than me. But at the end of the day, it's only going to be one winner.
Well, that sounds like what they used to do on the street.
That's exactly
Okay.
But that's where it comes from.
That's
where it originates from.
Okay.
It originates from way back in the days of probably the moonshine runs.
Okay.
You're building a car to run your moonshine, and it ends up being two cars competing against each other. I'm faster than you, and you got yourself a grudge race.
So how did you get interested in it?
Well, my father. My father was building them. My stepfather was actually wanting to kind of like put me in that, let me drive situation. And I ran my first race when I was 12 years old, and it's been on ever since then. So it's like it's exciting. It's just a thrill that when you sitting beside somebody and you don't know if you're going to win or he's going to win, but you both feel like you're going to win, but ain't going to be but one winner.
Right.
I've never seen two cars win a race.
You know what? I think I'd be afraid to go up against you just from looking in your eyes when you're talking about it. That excitement.
Absolutely. I feel like Fast and Furious. You've been doing it since you were 12.
Fast and Furious?
Yes.
They're a tad bit too slow. It's a difference between TV and reality.
Right.
I'm the portion that's representing reality.
Okay.
Everybody that do the grudge racing, my whole grudge family, we take it very seriously. And it's like it's not recognized when it should be the most recognized because we are the most realest ones that's out there that's doing it. There is no faking in what we do. You got guys betting mortgages. When I say mortgages, I'm talking about like $150,000, $200,000 races.
Oh wow!
So one person is going to walk away, with a couple $100,000 in a matter of just a few seconds.
Wow.
Not a minute, but just a few seconds.
Okay, so it's lucrative too then, huh?
Very
Whoa.
That's for sure. Speaking
very
of team and family, I hear you have a fearsome team out there.
Yeah, they call us the Southern Assassins.
Southern Assassins?
We Southern guys. It's just like it sounds. Southern guys and assassins.
All right, give me a little more detail on that.
We've been out here for a minute. And we've been winning for a minute. In anything there's going to be ups and downs, but we just don't have too many downs, and that's just been our thing, over the years. And
wait a minute, according to my record, you don't have any downs, or you haven't had any in a long time.
It's the way that is. The way
I
that
do my
down
research now.
The way that down is. I'm just like anybody else.
Yeah.
I just don't have that many losses.
Yeah.
Over my entire period of over my years of running, I don't have that many losses.
Well, I heard it since the 90.
Early 90s.
Okay, wait a second. This is 19.
No, this is
2000. Yeah, this is. I just started filming. This is 2020.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's a long time to say you ain't had too many.
10.
Huh?
I'm right about. I think I'm right at 11 right now.
Dude, that's less than one every 2 years.
And the only reason I'm having that stockpile of losses because we made changes.
Okay, I can understand that.
And when you make changes, I'm not the type of person that my car don't have to run perfect for me to go out and put the money on the line.
Got you.
I'm going to go out and put the money on the line while I'm testing to make it perfect.
Okay, got you.
That's the difference between me and so many other people in grudge racing.
Right.
You know, I'll take that chance. You know, I don't have to wait till my car runs, you know, just like we want it to be. No.
Right.
We're gonna either win or we're gonna lose on our way up.
No, straight up.
And we want to talk about this car. This car that's called Huncho, the Camaro. Where did the name come from?
Well, you know, it was. I have to give
Huncho the Camaro has never been beaten.
Well, here's the thing with never been beaten.
Okay.
Now, Huncho has not been beaten when both cars make a pass.
Okay.
If Huncho doesn't do anything wrong, like I said, I've made some changes, and actually we made a tire change. You know, and the reason why I had to make a tire change is because it was hard to get a race when I was on big tires and wheelie bars. Now I took the big tires and wheelie bars off and got small tires on with no wheelie bars. So you know, we made some we made some changes, and that's the only time Honcho's is taking an L. But no car has ever been down the track when Honcho does his thing and there's a car beside it, you beat. That's
Huncho the Camaro.
That's just the way that's going to go. You know? So it's I'm glad I addressed that question because I want to clear that up. You know, people think that a loss is a loss. But if two cars don't make a full pass, if I make a full pass and you don't make a full pass, I don't consider. I'm going to win the money, but that's not a bragging right for me. You know, I want both cars to make a full, complete, clean pass. Then I can say, I beat you, Miss Linda.
Oh, okay.
I beat you.
Well, it's one thing I want to say for those of you who may be listening with your ears and not seeing with your eyes. He is African American. He is, and that's unique as well. Am I right?
And it's a lot of African American races out here.
Yeah.
Like I said, even in this sport, it's not even about color. It's about because in grudge racing, I've seen it so many times that people look down on grudge racing. And there's white, black, Spanish, all kinds of people that's in grudge racing. It's just that when they stigmatize that one term of, those are grudge races. We're actually, when you look at it, we're the realest ones. We're the ones, the reason why everybody else is racing.
Okay.
Like, we are the ones that created the whole map of drag racing, period.
Especially since the most powerful thing I heard you say right now is that you bet on yourself since you was like 12. You bet on yourself, and that's the most
I won my
powerful
first
thing.
$50 when I was 12.
Your family is so proud. Oh my goodness.
Remember my first $50. So, I'll never forget that race. And I did that race when I wasn't supposed to. I kind of like, a guy was talking to us on the phone, him and his daddy, and he was like, it was my father's car, so my father wasn't home, and I just couldn't. And I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. I said, I come over there and beat the brakes off you, and I couldn't take it. And they told me to come on. I seen them keys hanging up. I said, man, I can go over and do this before my parents get back. I took them keys, I went over there, and if I didn't win that race, I didn't have no $50 to pay that boy. So I had to win. But the trick part was, when I went over there and beat the boy, I knew I had won the race. I never stopped and turned and went back. I kept straight on, went back home. And my mom and dad was turning in the driveway, and I was coming down the road. I'm like, oh my God. I'm 12 years old. I don't supposed to be driving no car. So, I had a lot of explaining to do.
You still had to go back and get your $50.
No, I didn't go back and get it. I didn't even say that. I never told my pops at the time. My stepfather loved me. He raised me like that's my man. I never told him what I did. So he comes back. He comes to the house like 3 or 4 days later, and it's dinner time. He didn't went to work. He come home from work, and he walks in the house. And my stepfather was a man. He was 6'5" and 2 and some change, big guy. He walks in there, and we all sit around the table. He takes a $50 bill and just drop it on me. And I looked at it. And my mama said, "What you give him $50 for?" He says that $50 he won when he stole my daggone car the other night.
That's real.
So Dad was on to you, huh?
Yes, sir. So, but ever since that night, he said, I tell you what, you went over there and you whooped that boy. He said, now, that's going to be your job from here on. So, from that day on, he just started having me driving all the cars.
You have a really inspiring story, and I know there are probably a lot of young people listening. How would they get if they were interested? What would you suggest to them to get started in racing, or even something that they are there? Because it takes a lot of inspiration and dedication to do anything that you're interested in. So, how would How would you encourage them?
I would tell a person, start small.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just jump out here and get a car like Honcho. It's taken me years to build up to get, to that level of Honcho, because that's the top of the league car. I wish so many times that, I could go back to when it was really, really fun, because it wasn't so expensive. Now it's like, small things break. It's always costing.
Yes,
So it's like I don't know. I tell you, start off small.
Okay.
Get you something affordable, and you build from
one
there.
second. What's your name?
Okay. Well, you're world famous. The car is world famous. How does that affect you now?
I'm still me. I'm still the same guy I was.
Okay, Boogie.
12 years
You
ago.
got a young lady named Devin that wants to holler at you. Let's see if she's on
Hi,
the phone.
Devin.
Okay, hold on.
Hi, Boogie Roberson. I heard you.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I hear it. How you doing?
I'm so excited. Are you going to be racing here?
Well, I didn't bring the car. I'm up here doing QRC. But I will be running in California this year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we have some dates over there we're going to announce.
I follow you on social media, and I was like, oh my God, he's here.
Yep, he's here in studio.
Thank you for following me. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my FaceTime as well. Thank you for being in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Let me know when you're back, because I want to come and see you race.
Okay.
That car, and I want to take pictures with you.
Okay. Most definitely. Thank you for being. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot for being there.
Everybody's going to remember that name. Al Boogie Roberson, legendary grudge driver. Yeah.
I just love doing what I do. I have fun doing it.
Hello.
The first time I ever went to a race to see a 76 Camaro, and I was so inspired by it.
What's your name?
The fact that you even have that car. No, but so you and Honcho are in a big race coming up in August?
Yes, we have the race called Night of Fire. A buddy of mine, Mike Hill, big time. Mike Hill's actually a legend himself. He's a legendary grudge racer as well. But now he just does promotion. He's a tuner, and he does a lot of promotion. But he puts on a big event every year called the Night of Fire, and everybody that's somebody is going to be there.
Where's that at?
It's going to be in South Carolina at the most famous track called Darlington Speedway.
Say that again.
Darlington Speedway
In
South Carolina.
South
It'll be
Carolina.
in South Carolina at Darlington Speedway, August 24th, Night of Fire. We have a race coming up. Me and Scoots, the race that everybody's been waiting to see. He has a pretty fast, beautiful car as well, and they call his car Copperhead, and mine is Honcho.
Yeah.
And it's a very highly anticipated race.
Nice.
We were supposed to get it on back July 20th, but I caught problems. We broke the spindle mount on my front end, so we couldn't get it off that night. So we rescheduled to August 24th, the Night of Fire, which is probably gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a great night. We're looking forward to it. But it's Night of Fire, August 24th in Darlington, South Carolina.
Dope. How you plan on winning this one? We already know you're going to. You're in there.
Man, listen. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. But we have got to put this one in the wraps. This race has got to go down.
Yes.
It's got to happen. It's without a doubt.
Feels
I'm
like
not
it's
gonna back up on my words. I do have the fastest back half car in the country. I'm not backing up off that, and can't nobody make me change my mind. That's just what.
Why don't you tell our fans how to get in touch with you, how to follow you, or how to find out where you're going to be racing? I know all your races can't be in South Carolina.
No. I race all over the world.
Or
We race
North
Florida,
Carolina.
Georgia,
Yeah.
South Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, Alabama. We race wherever.
Where the money is.
You better say it.
Where?
You better
Let's
say
be
it.
real with this.
Where do they go to find you then, to find out where you...
My social media is, which I don't have any more followers, but you still can follow it. But Al Boogie Roberson on Facebook. Instagram is Al Boogie Roberson 731. And the Twitter thing, I got a Twitter account and a Snapchat, but I'm telling you, I don't be on it.
Okay, I got you.
I haven't got that, it's just
savvy
too
yet.
much. It's too much to try to do.
Every time you get something under control, these youngsters come up with something else.
New.
Thank you, Vaughn, and your crew. That's a new generation, okay? Always something. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. I love it, though.
Right.
What we do without y'all?
They haven't came up with anything yet to beat Honcho the Camaro. So,
Got that.
Well, I hope they never do.
Got that.
'Cause, hey,
so you keep them working hard.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing about it, it's always work, and it's always work in this when you get to this type of league. You know, and right now I got a team, some guys that, you know, when I first came out, I tried to do things a certain particular way that didn't work, and they got away from me. But I've watched them how they progressed in their, you know, in their cause, and that's the Swanson boys. I see you, boy, big country, little country. You know, we've all teamed up right now, and you know they've really come on, and you know they making Honcho very impressive. So August 24th, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be some. I mean, it's gonna be a shocker for a lot of people because just in the last couple of weeks, right. You know, the progress that we have made has hurt a lot of people's heart because they don't want to see Honcho do what it's about to do on the 24th.
Right now, I know that in your in your bracket, which is called grudge racing, you're not allowed to talk about what's under the hood.
Oh, you can talk about what's under the hood.
Okay.
I just can't talk about how fast it is.
Yeah. But if you tell the right people what's under the hood, they can kind of figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, because just because you got what I got don't mean yours.
That's right. It's tweaked off like that.
That's right.
All right. So your sponsors, you want to shout out any of your sponsors right now?
Well,
I can pick up some of them.
I got like I was just saying, I give props to all the people that had hands on Honcho. Mm-hmm. You know, Jay Cox, Chris Patrick. Right. Even my team is number one, Southern Assassin. You know, Rick Long, that's my right hand man. You know, me and Rick do everything. And right now we got the country boys. You know, big country, little country. The Swansons out of Florida. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just I don't back away from nobody that needs to be recognized. I got you. Because it's all a stepping period. You know, we've all done this together. We've all made Honcho what it is. Right. So it's just like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's teamwork. Mm-hmm. You know, it's teamwork. And again, it's the grudge world. Right. You know, and one thing about it, we may grudge each other. Right. But we always still support each other. It's respect. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you could be, your car could break. And me and you might have a race to come. Right. And your car break tonight. Well, if you need a part, I'm going to go to my trailer and give you the part. That's good. And then we stick a race. Yeah. No, I love that camaraderie that comes with sports. You know what I'm saying? Because that was one sport that I could go through, and they had whites, blacks, and there wasn't, you know, they made no color barrier. It's all about the asphalt. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's right. And I love those days. Right? I love them, and I still look for that. Now, I'm looking for races in California, so we can tell people about that. You're going to be coming to LA sooner or later. One of my best friends. Irwindale's is here, and some spots right there where you can race in. Y'all have in this state of California one of the best guys to ever do it. You know, Bodie. Okay. You know, Jay Bodie. He's on the show called Street Outlaws. Yeah. You know, a real good friend of mine. So I actually supposed to be coming out here with him in Sacramento. Okay. Right. So, but you know, me and Jay, we're tight, man. You know, we're tight. Right, you know, he's a bad boy in the grudge game too. Mm-hmm. Bad boy. So you know, and he circulates around here. Like, he got a lot of friends here. Okay. So Bodie's well known in Cali. Well, see, you can't be a stranger no more. I know a lot of people became familiar because every start of the season in February and every end of the season in November, then Pomona has the NHRA. Right. And so those that are just getting new and, you know, coming to drag racing, the whole brackets like that, and then there was a show on television, Pink's All Out, that brought in another, for people like Squares that didn't know about anything but getting in your car and trying to do it on the weekends. You guys are doing it for the real deal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Grudge. You guys got problems with somebody says they got a better car than yours. Yeah. And so that's where the rubber meets the road. And I like that kind. That's a whole different culture in itself. That's right. And the money changing hand, everything. That ain't no joke in the money. Oh, no, it's real. It's real. Yeah, it is right there. Real. So let me ask you, what you got up under that hood, man? 872 Real Morrison. Okay. And so you're turning out, for those that are just new to it, trying to figure out what it is, how many horsepower are you basically, how many horsepower are you actually? Yeah. And let me explain something. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen horses pull something, then that's what we're talking about. One horse. Right. Now, figure that with them 2,000 horsepower he's got under his. Well, I'll say this. Well, I'm over 2,000 horsepower. Take them to the church. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So imagine that many horses pulling something, how fast and how much power is in there. Right. So yeah, I got you. You know, tearing up asphalt and stuff. That's why they're repairing the streets now. That's right. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we try to keep it safe at the same time. No, that's good. I started off in the street. I mean, that was my biggest thing. That's what, you know, I'm now in the street. That's just where it's just impossible. I'm always a step ahead of you. Right. So I probably only lost 2 races period in the street. Right. And you know, I look back back at all the videos of those days. We had fun in those days.
Yeah, that was a good
It
time.
was $10,000 car back then. You had a flying car.
Right.
But now $10,000, you can't even. You can
can't
barely
get a nut
your
to put it.
You
Yeah.
can build your motor for $10,000, but that's about it.
Yeah, they the Q Black though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But now I don't really promote too much on the street
I got
because in reality, I mean, when you lose a lot of friends in the street,
yeah.
you're not going to push street race anymore. And I lost,
right.
in one incident, I was supposed to have been there that night. 22 people got hit, 8 got killed, and one of my best friends got cut completely in half from a street race. But it wasn't the street race fault that did it. But if we hadn't been out there,
right.
So I don't too much push the street. I tell everybody, man, bring it to the track.
Right.
Bring it to the track. Keep it safe.
Organized.
You got an ambulance there.
Yeah,
so that way it calms all the other stuff down.
Yeah.
And the street outlaws, I got nothing against what they do on the street outlaws, but don't make it seem like this is how it's really going down.
Right.
When it's not, because you got ambulances, fire department, police out there. But I've had this argument too many times where people say, "Man, the street outlaws are real."
Right.
Yeah, they real. They racing. But the point is, you're not seeing the safety aspect that they got out there.
Correct. That's correct.
That's what's not real.
That's
what I'm saying? So that's the difference for me. Take it to the track.
Yeah. And even on the track, you're not really safe. They got like every day touring around with NHRA. You got somebody that's going into some catalyst, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing new safety measures with, you know what I'm saying, they have the harnesses and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I know you guys are not as advanced because you don't have that kind of stringency on you right now.
Who?
They got a governing board that does it like that?
We have the same safety features that the NHRA got.
I got you.
The same exact thing.
I got you.
Okay.
No,
safety is safety. So it's like you got to have it. When you go a certain speed, you have to have certain kind of devices to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
So we have the same thing.
Right. Okay.
But anytime you come to that light, and you about to compete, you just never know from point A to point B. Anything can happen. Yeah. So for me, I've always been the type that I'm going to say a prayer, just in case this is my last pass, because it has been a lot of people's last pass.
Right.
A good friend of ours, Bert Jackson, rest in peace. He was he's well known for it. So just you just never know.
Right. Yeah, that's a good thing about the safety aspect of it, because the youngsters that we see on the news that are killing folk and killing themselves, see, we don't understand what entails that part of it there, but we look at it like all of us that way. Hello?
That's right.
Hi, Mr. Al Boogie.
Mr. Al Boogie, hold on one second. Let me put you on the line. Hold on. All right, Mr. Al Boogie's here. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Al.
How you doing?
This is Deborah. I heard you were in town, and I just called to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, you got fans all over the place, huh? Man, look here. Okay, then. Okay. Yeah, so.
I want to see you at a race sometime soon.
Okay.
So you've been listening to the interview. You're happy with what you hear so far, right? And you're looking forward to get one of them autographed pictures, huh? Hey,
yes, I am.
We got it here. That's how we do it here at KTYM at the Gospel Jazz Connection. So thanks for calling in, and we'll talk to you real soon. All right, God bless. All right, so man, it don't stop, does it? you got a fan club up in here. Yes, indeed. Go ahead, man.
Well, we're going to make it bigger before you go.
Yeah.
Make sure you give that contact information again. So
get that contact information again.
Go ahead.
Facebook, Al Boogie Roberson. Instagram, it's Al Boogie Roberson 731.
And that's Boogie, Boogie.
Who's this?
Roberson. Roberson.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, okay.
Boogie Robertson.
Okay, good. Okay, we're coming in right now. So
gotta love good race. So that's the thing about it. It's a fun sport. We've watched certain race events, and 9, 10 o'clock at night, the crowd gets gone.
Yeah.
And a grudge race, when you come to a grudge race, I've seen at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, there's still thousands and thousands of people. You got to run them home.
Right.
Because there's so much action. It's action.
The atmosphere is electric, though.
Oh my God!
If you haven't been there, then you gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing like smelling that smell. That nitrous oxide, seeing that asphalt burn. You know what I'm saying? And in a safe way. I'm not talking about these kids that take over the freeways that they're doing now, doing burnouts and all that crazy stuff. I'm talking about when it's been structured.
Right.
And seeing these guys that this is their livelihood. This is what they do for a living. This is how they get out.
That's right. We get down.
And so, say safety's first and foremost because they want to live to see another day. You best believe that.
That's right.
And their cars, they don't want to be tearing up too many cars because them cars is expensive.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
Come on,
I saw a picture of yours. I know that.
That's $200.
I know that beast. That's what I'm talking about. Because they already said you already have a garage, a hidden garage.
You can't tell everybody where you at.
Hey, you can't.
You gotta keep that barrier.
What color is Huncho? What color?
Huncho, people think it's black, but it's actually a midnight blue.
Midnight blue.
Midnight blue.
That's what I'm talking about. Save it the flavor.
That's right.
Save it. Well, brother, like I said, one more time, give the hookup information for those ladies. They still buzzing on the line, man. But we got to get out of here. But give your connection information again.
Al Boogie Roberson is Facebook, and Instagram is Al Boogie Roberson 731. And that's my birthday because I just had a birthday.
Oh, man. Happy birthday, brother. Okay. You're still a youngster.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Baby-face guy.
Hey, you got many years still to run them tracks, man.
That's
I appreciate it. So, like I said, anytime, man, you're local, man, get with us, man. Our house is your house, man. Reach out to us, man, and your family.
I'm enjoying being in Cali, man.
Man, that's, Cali's a good place to enjoy, ain't it? You know what I'm saying?
I'm still like, wow.
To live and die in L.A. That's what everybody's trying to do. So thanks a lot for coming in and, showing up and showing out, man.
Most definitely.
And most blessings to you, man. Safe and peace be to you, man. And we'll see you on the next run. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Al Boogie Roberson. And we'll get to some music and we'll be right back. God bless on the Gospel Jazz Connection.
This is Al Boogie Roberson, Grudge Racing. When I'm in California, Inglewood, I listen to KTYM. If you happen to be in South Carolina, August 24th, come check me out at Night of Fire, Darlington, South Carolina, at Darlington Speedway, August 24th, Night of Fire, Hitman Productions.
Well, we are back. Welcome to the Gospel Jazz Connection. Wow, that was good. We just had a good interview, and we got a great one coming at you again. I am D Nice. Once again, I have not changed my name in the meantime, in between time. And beside me, she has not changed her name either. The sunshine of our lives here. This is the baby in the crew. That's what she refers to herself as, but she is our youngster. At 25, she is so focused, so balanced. We love her. This is Von True. Say hello to Von True.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
So, yeah. All right, so Von, we just had an interview with Al Boogie.
Yes, amazing, right?
Yes, it was a good interview. And now we're getting ready to interview this couple here that Linda's going to bring us into and introduce us. So let's get back over. And she's still Linda. For those that just don't know, she's still Linda Coleman Willis. Okay, so let's go back over here and bring in Linda Coleman Willis, ladies and gentlemen. Linda, hi.
Hey, D.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so who you be with now?
I tell you, we have a couple in the house right now, Phillip and Lisa Brown, and they are going to bring us some exciting information about an upcoming event. It's called the incredible 400 Years of African American History Celebration. It's going to be August 16th at the Skirball Center, and ambassador is Nick Cannon. So I can hardly wait to hear about this exciting event. Why don't you go ahead and tell the audience about your upcoming event?
Thank you, Linda. Hi, this is Lisa. Yes, we have an event going on August 16th at the Skirball, and it is going to be an explosive event. It's a kickoff for our national campaign, where on June 12th we were in D.C. and Nick Cannon became the ambassador for 400 years of African American history. So we are going to be there. We're going to be paying tribute to the matriarch, the mother of the Voting Rights Act, Amelia Boynton. It's going to be an exciting night, and for those of you, please get your tickets for this hot event. You can get them by texting 99158 in the word flame. So text 99158 in the word flame and get your tickets. And I'm going to pass it off to Phillip. Phillip, share a little bit with us.
Oh, wow. This is going to be an exciting evening, y'all. We're going to be commemorating and celebrating our history. We're going to be giving out the first Spirit of Freedom and Justice Award, honoring Miss Amelia Boynton, the matriarch of the Voting Rights Movement. So you're going to get a bit of history, and you're going to get an opportunity to be a part of this campaign. We've been here 400 years, so we have past, present, right now, what are we doing, and the future. So we're going to be projecting now with you, and so we're going to be asking you to be counted into this celebration.
And we're going to be on that night, we're going to be honoring Miss Melanie Hobson. Miss Melanie Hobson and Mr. Nick Cannon, who is the ambassador of 400 years. It's going to be an exciting night. We've got our sponsors on board, Uncle Nearest. So we're going to have whiskey tasting. And for many of you don't know, he was a slave that invented the distillery process for whiskey. We're going to have a night of Black is Beautiful art exhibit. And so come out and explore Kwame Breakfast Photography. He's the one that coined Black is Beautiful. We're going to have an exciting night. Again, get your tickets for this hot event. Just text 991-5158, 99158, and flame is the word. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss this event. It's on August 16th at the Skirball Cultural Center. And we're going to give away some tickets tonight, too, Dee.
Yeah, because I have Anik.
Yes, let's get Annetta on the line to talk about our national campaign.
Annetta, you there?
I'm here, yes. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Annetta.
Oh, what an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us on. KTYM is an incredible station. We love listening. And we just want to share some of our amazing opportunities we will be having coming nationally.
Okay. And then I'm going to ask you to push your volume up a little bit because we're pushing it up in here and you're still kind of light. So just if you can push.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Is that a little better? Okay, I'll try to get a little louder right there. Is that better?
Yeah, please.
Okay, great. Yes, we are definitely excited about this opportunity. And thank you for having us on KTYM. D-Night, this is amazing. We love your station. And we're real excited and honored. We represent Nick Cannon as the ambassador for the national campaign for the African American commemoration, the commission there out of D.C. So we are excited to spread this good news and goodwill across our country as we celebrate African American history, past, current, and future, as Phil was saying. And we can't speak enough about the honor it takes to be celebrated, not tolerated as a community. So this is a positive initiative. It's a legislative bill, and we are thrilled to be partnered with the Gateway Foundation and to make things begin to show a happy side of commemoration in our African American community.
Well, that's good because, like I said, we need to have more ambassadors out there talking. And he's still what's considered to be a young man compared to us old folks. Well, me old folk, you know what I'm saying? And
That's right.
And these young people like Von True and some of her peers, like I said, they're looking for leadership, especially when we're in a situation in the world where everything has gone astray, amok, and we don't know what's going to happen next. It's always good to have a coalition of people that are not turning hide nor hair from the word, but saying, look, this is my mission, this is my vision, this is my purpose, and I'm going to let others see that there is more ways than one to get to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? And we might as well do it the right way.
That's right.
Yeah, so now the gateway you were talking about, if you can go a little bit more into the gateway for those that really are just trying to find out how they can be involved and what it is they're getting involved in. Talk about a little bit about the gateway.
Okay, so I'm going to let Lisa or Phil, either one of them would be more descriptive. They're both founders of Gateway Foundation.
Yes.
So I'm going to let them take that soapbox and have a good time with that one.
Okay.
Thank you, Annette and D. Nice. Thank you for this opportunity. I'll jump right in. The Gateway Educational Foundation, when we're not having mega events on August 16th that you don't want to miss at the Skirt Ball, we are in schools doing educational programs where we are enriching our children, but all children, in the history of the civil rights movement. And what we're doing is creating torchbearers so that our children understand that they can make a contribution right now in middle school. They can be game changers in high schools, and definitely they can change the world in college. And we are creating torchbearers. So we are doing that. We are involved in nonviolence campaigns. We're involved in a lot of very important education programs for our communities. So that's Gateway in a nutshell. If you think about the torch and carrying the flame, we're trying to light everything up, and that's why, just to find out more about the event, you text 99158 and dial, and then text flame, and then it's going to give you more information. But I wanted to just, D-Nice, touch a little bit more on that night, because that's what we're here for. We arrived in 1600 into this country. 1619 was the first documentation of the first slave ship, and so this is a first of a 400-year of African American history celebration that's going to be happening at the Skirt Ball on August 16th. We've got an array of entertainment. It's a theatrical experience that's going to happen. I don't want to give it away, but I can tell you a lot of special entertainment, a lot of special guests. It's going to be a phenomenal night, and I'm going to pass it off to Phillip.
Brother D-Night.
Yes, sir.
When you speak about that responsibility, our responsibility, as you know, being one of the elders, is to pass that knowledge on to the next generation.
Surely.
On that night, when you speak about Nick Cannon, what he's done by stepping up to be the national ambassador, he's showing his peers and the rest of the world, the millennials, what their responsibility is and how they can step forward and help to empower not just the knowledge of history, but their present work for the future. What are we going to do for the next 40 years for the generations that are yet unborn? And so he's demonstrating that. On that night, we're also going to celebrate a handful of young people, high school and college. We're going to be providing them with torchbearer certificates because we want to keep that fire from our ancestors. You know, my dad started Gateway Educational Foundation a couple of decades ago, and he'll be 93 on August 6th.
Wow.
So this is passing the torch to my generation, the baby boomers, and then passing it on to our children, which is that next generation of Nick Cannon and others. So we're excited. We want to keep lighting that flame.
Right. And we've got to do that. I mean, you heard a few athletes down the line that have stepped forward and said, I'm not a role model.
Oh, come on.
And that upset me and quite a few of the people in our peer category. Because, like it or not, you are. When you get that dollar and you're complaining that you want some more, you want to be a role model then. When you want them to be there to sign autographs, you want to be a role model. But now when the light shines on you of responsibility, suddenly you want to become dormant and, I'm just here, just a part of the scenery or whatever. Then, so let me, in bringing it home, Vaughn, because so much you bring to the shows and the different interesting from being a younger lady. How was a generation looking at that statement when there's athletes? You've heard the statement before, so some of the athletes saying they're not role models. What do you feel about that?
I think that's a statue of being humble as well, and just trying to be like, well, I'm just like another person, just like you know what I mean, and just like really trying to have not really fully taken on their platform as they should be, kind of. Okay. And it's very imperative that they do, because they don't realize, maybe when you're in that forum or on that stage, you don't realize how big of an impact that you have with the community and with the youth and everything like that. So you definitely kind of want to take that stand, and the fact that Nick Cannon and you have more peers that are coming out for this event is very huge to come up and stand, and that you're giving certificates. That's amazing. It definitely will keep the fire burning, that's for sure. It's huge to do so when you use your platform for bigger and better things to encourage the youth in the future.
So they are role models.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you are a role model. You put in the work, you put in the effort, you have the platform. It's just the fact of really taking that role and utilizing your gifts and really encouraging others, because no matter what you do, you're helping somebody.
That's right.
Period.
That's right. Wow. Go ahead, Lisa.
I love that, Von True. Thank you for sharing that perspective with us. And I want to take it to another level. One of the things that's going to happen on that night, just to show the parallel, this woman, the matriarch of the Voting Rights Act, Amelia Boynton, at 104 years old, was photographed on the Edmonds Pettus Bridge with President Obama. She was still registering people to vote. And so we look at Nick Cannon now taking on that role as national ambassador, basically saying, I'm going to take this flame and I'm going to be on fire. I'm going to get lit and I'm going to run with it. But what he's doing is he's saying, I don't intend to stand alone. So what he's doing is he's calling out those athletes. He's calling out those entertainers and his peers and saying, come and stand with me, because it's about a celebration of our 400 years here, but it's about past, it's about present, and it's about future. Where are we going with the next 400 years? Well, that's all going to depend on us having this next generation of leaders. There'll be many civil rights icons that are all RSVPing, coming out for that night to speak about words past, present, and advice for the future. And I just wanted to send a shout out right now to our sponsors, to Hear Media, because it is we are passing the torch to your generation, and we want you to be community ambassadors. We're not just calling for national ones. We're not just calling for celebrities, but we're calling for Von True. We're calling for Dee, who said, I'm old, but we're calling for community ambassadors to join us in writing our future history for the next 400 years. And I want to send a shout out to Hear Media, because it is about including everyone. And I want to send a shout out to House, that it is about including everyone, and Uncle Nearest. And I want to send a shout out to this radio station and being our partner in this event. We're just honored to be here, but we're just ready to see you guys change the world, and we're here to be your platform and support it.
Well, I like that, because there's a saying that goes, Linda, I'll get right back to you.
Okay.
Hold it, talk. Because there's a saying that goes, feed a man a fish and you fed him a meal, but you teach him how to fish and he'll eat forever. Now, in a scenario to where I know we're talking about the scenario of what's going on at the Skirball on the 16th. That's good. It's going to be an awful. But now, let's go deeper than that. Okay. Beside the entertainment, the food and everything, what can we do to get involved with what you're doing so that we can become ambassadors too and tell the world?
I'm so glad you asked that question, Dee. This is going beyond the 16th of August. Yes, we want everyone to come out to that event and be a part of it, but we are going around the country to tell the stories that have never been told. Sometimes in media, we are sort of demoralized in the way that our stories are told, and we've got more writers now, creating a more positive image of us, but we're going to go around and we're going to tell stories. But a part of becoming an ambassador is a part of getting in our communities and changing the trajectory, doing the work, community building infrastructures, building for our children. So this is beyond just a night of celebration, but we must celebrate because we've come very, very far in 400 years. So this is going to be a launch of much to come, and I'm going to pass this to Phillip and Annetta.
One quick on that. Dr. Clarence B. Jones, who will be there that night, was Dr. King's personal attorney. He also co-wrote the I Have a Dream speech.
Okay.
The first 7 paragraphs was his.
Wow.
He inserted that part that talks about we coming to get that check, because he was the first African American as a partner on Wall Street.
Right.
And what he says, he takes this African proverb that says, if the lions don't tell their story, the hunters will get all the credit. And he said, as a surviving lion, he's 88 years old and will be there that night. And so it's being able to touch those icons who demonstrated what does it look like when you put in the work. We have the freedoms we have today.
Right.
So if we think about what does it look like for that next generation going forward, what do we need to do to give them their freedom? And I believe it's focused on economic empowerment.
Right.
How do we go forward and empower? We don't just want ambassadors and those athletes and so forth to catch on fire. We're coming to you, corporations, that have benefited over 400 years off of the labor and the talent of African American people, and we have not, as Dr. Jones and Martin Luther King said, we coming to get our check. Now we're going to commemorate and celebrate, but you have a responsibility too. And we have some great partners, as Lisa mentioned, in Here Media and your radio station here. We love what you're doing because you're allowing us a platform that we can begin to bring those collective talents and minds together. And on that night, what Nick is asking them is, I'm in, and you see what I've done. I'm bringing my time, my talent, and my money, my resources. Can I count you in?
Right.
That's going to be our tag. Can I count you in? And we're going to be asking that of those involved.
And I want to just piggyback on that. Nick Cannon didn't just sign up to be the ambassador. He seeded the commission $75,000 so that they would be fluid. So he put his money where his mouth is and taken that stand. And so on December 12th, they became fluent. And this administration that we had said, you can have your celebrations, but we're not going to give you any money. But as a people, we really don't need money. We need unity.
Really?
So what it is all about is that, what we are doing is we are shining a light on August 16th so bright up on that hill where the skirball is, and saying, let's come out, let's pack it, let's have standing room only, let's celebrate us as a people, but on the 17th, let's get to work.
Right.
Let's do the work, because it is important for us to get behind a man who is a young man who is putting himself out there saying, I am willing to bear the torch. I'm willing to be that next leader, and then calling upon his peers and calling upon those to follow him, which he's now setting something for the younger children, an example to say, you know what, life is about more than just playing video games. So I think it's awesome.
No, I like that. And
before we run out of time, is there any other contact other than text? We're talking generational, right? A lot of boomers don't text. I've been trying to get this in before you run out of time.
Thank you.
How else do they reach you? What other information?
Yes, and what I want to
provide you that, please.
Okay, Annetta, go ahead. We hear you.
Annetta, let me give you that. What we'd like you to do, because we would like you to be counted in, that's been Nick's call to action. Can I count you in? And we say, you can count me in. So I want you to go to Incredible, that's in like Nancy, CREDIBLE. That's Incredible. That's Nick's company. Incredible400years.com. And that's years with an S. That's Incredible400years.com. Please go there. There's places for you to sign up for local community ambassadors. He's calling out. It's a call to action. So I don't care whether you're, young, old, rich, poor. We need everybody that we can to come on board and help support and be counted in. Also, if you don't have the internet there, it's easier for you to call in. Please call in and leave us a message at 833-400-YEARS. That's 833-400-YEARS. So you've got 2 ways you can reach out to us, and we'll get it right away. We're looking forward to it. Nick monitors the website also, but it's Incredible400years.com or 833-400-YEARS. We need your help, as Lisa and Phil have stated. We need everybody has something to offer, something to say, and we want to hear from you. We want you to sign up and support us. We'll be doing many events across the country. We'll be doing a 5K run. representing the Incredible 400 musical fun run throughout the country. We'll also be doing high teas, a white affair, white linen affairs with the women, the leaders, and the phenomenal women across the country. We'll be implementing that across the country through some of our ministries. And we'll also be doing these, a Speakers Bureau,
And
which
Annetta?
Yes.
And I wanted to just jump in because I realized that Linda pointed out, I did not share that you can go to, for your tickets, you can go to Eventbrite. And when you go to Eventbrite, you just pull up Amelia Boynton, and her name is spelled Amelia Boynton, Boynton, Boynton. And if you pull that up and you pull it up, you won't even have to type in Spirit of Freedom and Justice Awards. So you can go to Eventbrite and get your tickets. So please, let's support this event, and then let's change the world on the 17th of August.
I love it. Okay, well, they say time flies when you're having fun, and it really does. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to take some time now and everybody give a closing statement on what this meant to me. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this won't be the last. We're going to be there ourselves representing. We're going to have tickets that we're going to be giving away, and we're going to continue this flowing. I know they're going to be coming and talking on the television aspect about it. So, this is not the end of this conversation. And I'm talking about doing things not only now, but that are going to be there after the event, because this is a movement. This is not only an event, it's a movement.
Yes, it is.
And when you talk about movements, they supersede, overrun, and still make breadth and room and depth for events along the way. So if we can go to you two right quick, Phil, and also to you, Lisa, if you can kind of give us a quick summary, give us about a minute and give us close this up right quick on. Go ahead, Phil, we'll start with you.
Brother D. Nice, in fact, you should really set the stage. It really is a movement. This is our opportunity to really not just commemorate and celebrate our history, but really to come together and strategize and empower those opportunities that are out there that just don't have the resources or the person resources. We're able to empower with this collective effort we're going to be bringing together. Because as we count you in, we're counting on your talent, we're counting on your resources, we're counting on your energy to move this ball forward.
Loving it.
And I'm just going to say, Dee, thank you for the opportunity. On August 16th at the Skirball Cultural Center, it's going to be a historical night. And just Miss Melanie Hobson is being honored because she has taken the fight into the boardrooms saying, have color bravery. So for having color courage, Nick Cannon stepping up and becoming the ambassador of 400 years and basically calling upon others to become ambassadors, honoring this matriarch, celebrating our sponsor, Uncle Nearest. Just even though Uncle Nearest isn't here, we know the ancestors are with us on that night, celebrating the young people. So this night will be a night of celebration, celebrating past, present, and future. And it's going to be a VIP reception with heavy hors d'oeuvres. It's going to be an explosive celebration of entertainment during that. It's going to be a program that starts at 7:30, the main program, and it's going to be I just can tell you, I don't want to give away the show, but I can tell you there's so many people getting involved in this show. It's going to be a historical event. It's going to be one to remember. So again, go to Eventbrite and get your tickets, Amelia Boynton Spirit of Freedom Award, or you can text 99158 and it will just put FLAME in, text FLAME, 99158 FLAME, and it will also take you right to the link. So I thank you for this opportunity, but it is all about us coming together and really getting around this 400 years campaign, because it's time for us to do something with, we've all accomplished things individually, but now it's about us collectively designing the next 400 years.
I like it. Thank you guys for being in. Annetta, since we have you on the line, go ahead and give us a quick minute dissertation.
Okay, well, I just want to really emphasize we want you as partners, we want you as ambassadors, and Nick would like you to be counted in. So please, 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 just let us know you got the handle here. You can use our same handle for Instagram, Incredible 400 Years. That's our Instagram handle, Facebook handle, and our website, Incredible with an N, CREDIBLE, 400years.com, or please give us a call at 833-400-YEARS. So we look forward to hearing from you all. Please support us. God has been good, and we want to show the world how good He's been to our community and our experiences and our strength, and those that have sacrificed long before us and our ancestors that way. But we want to keep this flame going. And again, thank you so much, D Nice, and thank you again for KTYM.
I appreciate you. Hold on the line for a second as we close out. Okay, let's go over to our girl, Von True. So, Vaughn, go ahead and...
I'm just excited. Like, this event seems historical. To be a part of a movement of your community, like, that's everything. That's absolutely everything. And trust me, if the fires weren't lit before, after this, they will be.
Yes.
Okay? And that's the most important part, to just keep it going. And like you said, everyone can create themselves and build themselves beyond this event. So thank you for putting this together. Thank you for bringing it to us. And I'm definitely excited for the event.
Thank you.
Perfect. Let's go over now to Miss Linda Coleman-Willis.
Well, it's exciting to know that we have 400 years of our history brought to life. Yes. Because we all know that it's there. But I think this is the first time I've heard that someone has put together an event. Not an event, but actually it's a movement. We're calling it a movement that is going to express it and get everybody who wants to be involved. So that's exciting. Congratulations.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Linda, because we're long due for our reparations.
Yes.
Long overdue.
You're part of the team.
Okay, perfect. Love fest going on in here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great day, and like we always say, man, we do it as we do it. Yeah. So from our house to your house, guys, you're a part of the team now, so we will expect you to keep us posted, and I will be there. I hope you guys will be there with me, representing KTYM Gospel Jazz Connection on that day. And we're going to be able to give you guys some tickets. We'll have tickets for you guys as giveaways too, so keep listening. We're going to have some questions about this today, and we're going to make you put your thinking caps on, but we'll be able to award you at the end of the day. So I'd like to thank my guests today. First and foremost, for the crew here, I would like we had the interview earlier with Al Boogie in Camacho, man. Hacho Camacho, man. Thanks for coming down. For Miss Pam Broussard for being the woman that she is of God and always bringing the top people to the boardroom. Thank you, young lady. Appreciate you. And we're going to hear more from Pam and Al. He's going to keep us. The phone kept ringing all day long, ladies and gentlemen. You couldn't get through. That's because his fan team was trying to get him. They're still going to be trying to call in here. So we only got one line. So that's how we got to do it. So we've learned a lot today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to do something, do it right, do it wise, do it godly, and do it safe. Like Al said, man, driving at that kind of speeds, man, is dangerous. You got to do it the safe way, but do it the right way, and let your passion show through. And so that's what we brought into the message also with our couple here, with Lisa and Phil, when they came in and said, hey, this is what's going on. We're looking for ambassadors. Nick is looking for ambassadors. We're calling old folk and young folk. It don't matter what age you are. It's the mentality you have for this movement. Because movements have been going through years and years and years before we even got here. We are standing now because we're standing on the shoulders of those that sacrificed their lives for the movement. And I thank you for joining in for KTYM and Gospel Jazz Connection. I'd also like to thank Dorian Edwards, Consulting Entertainment, who's always been there. And we look forward to you to be well real soon so that you can come out and tell us all about the entertainment news. And blessings go out to you too. Another thank you for sharing your time on the phone. And we look forward to you being in physical contact with us in the studio, sitting with us. So thank you guys all, and each and every one of them, from Linda, from Von True, from Lisa, from Phil, from Arnetta, from Al Boogie, from Pam Broussard, and from Arnetta. This is D-Nice saying, put God first, and everything else follow. I guarantee it. Until next time, God bless.
Are you there?